Yo, what is up YouTube? Welcome back. So the reason why I made this video is because there has been another update for Thor Love and Thunder in Malaysia. I've already watched the movie. I did a review. You can check that out if you want to. Now, a month ago, I did talk about this where Thor over here is getting postponed a few weeks until the 21st for absolutely no reason, explanation whatsoever. And then days before the 21st, I believe we got another update saying that, you know what, we're going to indefinitely postponed Thor for absolutely no reason at all. And then yesterday came the final update, I guess, where they just said, you know what, you're not gonna get to watch Thor. You don't get Thor. Thor's not coming to Malaysia. So yeah, that's right. Thor is not gonna be released over here again. No explanation whatsoever. So like I said, I've already seen the movie because I just don't have the patience to wait one extra month for no reason, no explanation, only to be told a month later that I'm not gonna get to watch the movie. Like, hey, look, some of us Marvel fans has been waiting for this movie for a while because this movie was supposed to came out last year, but then postponed because of COVID. Ultimately, the final date is 8th of July, but then it got postponed for no reason for a month, only to be told that you're not gonna get the movie. So I don't have that patience. So I just went ahead and watched it online the day it came out itself on the 8th. I don't regret it because it's not really my fault or my problem that they don't want to release it. I want to watch it. So, and I believe a lot of people already watched it online too. I saw a lot of people in the comment sections were like, I already seen it online. So I don't see the problem because like you have no choice. So not our problem. And somehow the, theaters just have no info on it. I have no idea why. Look, personally, I don't really trust all these corporate companies when they tell things like this because I don't think I really need to explain how most corporate companies are nowadays. Like sometimes they just act like they don't know anything or they just act like they're on our side. I just do not trust them. So when they said they have no info, to this date I don't really trust them because look at Lightyear. I talked about this when I was talking about Lightyear like months ago, where days before Lightyear came out, they deleted every trace of Lightyear from their app, from their social media. But then I ran on and commented on both of the cinemas, like social media latest page, latest post, and it was like, when is Lightyear coming out? We're only days away, and they were like, no info, no, we have no info on this matter for now. But you have no info, but somehow you went on and literally deleted every trace of the movie for no reason, even though you have no info. Sure. But then the same night I saw like, all the news channels, they have their social media pages. They posted Lightyear has been banned because of LGBT. So I was like, how does these news account know, but you as a cinema company, you don't know anything, but somehow you just happen to delete all trace of the movie. Sure. And then even days after that, I see people commenting and asking what happened to Lightyear, what happened to Lightyear, even the day the Lightyear was supposed to release. And you know what the cinemas did? They did one of two things. One, they delete the post, which has a lot of Lightyear comments. I remember seeing it. I'm not even lying. And then the second one is they just tell you they have no info. Sure, even days after you deleted every trace of the movie, even after a lot of social media accounts already reporting that this movie is banned because of LGBT, but somehow you don't know anything. Sure, dude. Even even for this movie, they keep saying they have no info. They have no info. Some of them even throwing jabs at the government for not releasing this movie. Yeah, sure, you don't know, but I do not. I absolutely do not trust the cinemas at all. Like I'm a huge movie fan, but that doesn't mean I have to like these companies. So why I think this is a big deal is because we're the only country to do this. Like if any other country did this, I'm pretty sure it would be a big issue where a lot of people would talk about it. Because look at Lightyear, only 14 countries banned it from 200 countries in the world, and a lot of people talking about it. You go to any social media accounts or YouTube, people talk about it. Oh, 14 countries has banned Lightyear, but and in the case of this movie, like this is a Marvel movie. Obviously, people will talk about it if it gets banned or postponed. But I don't see any other countries doing it. And also, even if they did, I'm pretty sure a lot of people talk about it. But no news whatsoever of other countries banning or postponing it. So I'm sure we're the only country who do this. I heard that Brunei is doing this too, but I'm not sure. So that's why I feel like it's kind of a big deal. Now, why I kind of have an idea on why this movie is not releasing here, and also I want to talk about what might not be the reason that this movie is not releasing, which most people think is the reason. Now, first thing, let's get into LGBT. Malaysia and some Asian countries, the Muslim countries, we don't really allow like movies with LGBT elements to be played in the cinemas. And I don't think that's really the issue here, where Thor is actually postponed or banned because of LGBT. Because Doctor Strange was released here, Eternals was released here. Eternals literally had a kiss, but they just cut the scene out and then they just released it. So Doctor Strange 2, the reference was really minor. It was those references like either you get it or you don't get it kind of references. So I already watched Thor and I felt like the references was kind of similar like that to Doctor Strange, where either you get the reference or you don't get the reference. It was not like a strong reference where they just straight up say, I'm gay, I'm lesbian, or they just have a kiss. If it's something like that, it's understandable, but it was like a really minor reference, like Doctor Strange. If some people might get it, some people might not get it. So it was that kind of reference. So I don't think it was such a big deal to even not play the movie here. So I don't think that is the reason. And the next reason I've heard people say is because of Thor's butt. I don't think that might be the reason as well, because Deadpool was released here just fine. And also, even in Thor Ragnarok, we got to see Hulk's butt. Thor Ragnarok was released here too, so if it was because of a butt, I'm pretty sure Thor Ragnarok would not be released. So, hell, they could just zoom it out if they wanted to, like they did for Mortal Kombat. They did some of the gory killing scenes, like when Kung Lao just split Nitara in half, or Jax like exploding Raiko's head. Those scenes were there, but they kind of zoomed it out to not show the head exploding or the body going in half. They could have easily done that, so I don't think that is the issue either. The last one I've heard people say is because of gore, because obviously, the God Butcher, he kills gods. If that is the reason, I feel like it's pretty childish, because I don't think that's a heavy enough reason to literally postpone a movie for a month. Because in this movie, first of all, he didn't even kill any like gods on screen. Spoiler alert. Um, but there has not been any like direct references to him killing a god belonging to a certain religion from our real world. So if that's the case, then it's understandable. But no, there was not any like direct references to any religion. So if that's the case, then you could say, all right, because the movie kind of showed this character killing gods from our real life religions, but that was not the case, because there was no references to any real life religions. And also, if that was true, I'm pretty sure people would have made a noise a long time ago, because gore has existed in the comics for a long time. And if it was a really sensitive character, like a long time ago, people would have talked about it, because Americans basically created the character, and America is a pretty religious country too. So if they felt like this is a character that is sensitive to religion, or he killed gods, pretty sure people would have made noise about it. But this is a fictional character, and I don't think there has been any mentions of even the religion in the comics of Gore, which Gore has appeared in. So I don't think this is a really big issue, even if they want to ban it because of this. So I don't think these three things that I just mentioned is the main reason why this movie has been banned. But why I think it could be banned is because if you're from Malaysia watching this, right now there's a movie in theaters called Mat Kilau, which is a local movie about a Malay warrior from back in the day who fought against the British, I think, because I don't know, I didn't watch the movie. That's what I heard the movie is about. So that movie has been pretty hyped up since the day it came out, to the point now, right now, in our local currency, it made 90 million. So like I said, it's been pretty hyped up to the point where every other movie, big movies that came out, the hype kind of died down because of that. So, like, Thor was not released here. Nope was not released here, even though they even put the poster here for Nope, but it was not released here. And then Elvis, the Black Phone, was released last month. The hype kind of died down. Same thing for Jurassic World, same thing for like a week. The hype was there, and after that, it kind of died down. Even for Minions still like Minions has a large fan base, but they only hyped the movie up for like a week plus. After that, it kind of died down because they just wanted to focus on this movie entirely, because because this movie was coming out the same time during Jurassic World, and then like a week later or something, you have Minions, and then after that, you got Thor. So when you have Minions at the same time coming out, both of these movies has a large fan base. Marvel movies, you don't even have to tell. You put a Marvel movie, everyone's gonna watch it, regardless it's good or bad. So if they release these two movies together, I'm pretty sure a lot of the audiences would go to these two movies, and probably they were afraid they couldn't really make a lot of money for this local movie. So I think that is the reason why they kind of postponed this movie, because if you're from Malaysia, look at most of the movies that is coming out right now. Most of it are like smaller movies from nearby Asian countries, so they're not really releasing any big movies like Thor, Nope. It's not getting released, and all the other movies that was released, the hype is kind of died down already, like after a week or two. And even for this movie, I saw like one post where like they disabled the comments for this movie because I'm pretty sure some people would have figured it out already, because this movie is the reason why Thor was postponed. But I kind of see a lot of people not wanting to agree that this is the reason. Plus, I also read in an article that the cinemas actually get a lot of money from this local movie. I think that might also be the reason, because obviously the cinemas want to target those movies that gets them more money rather than what the people want. Like I said, corporate companies. So, because that's what I heard. I'm not sure if it's true, because I heard the percentage that they get from this movie is actually higher compared to like Thor or something. But I'm not sure. If that's the reason, understandable that they would go that route. And plus, how could you not give an explanation on why a movie is postponed a month later? How could you not know? That's bullshit. All right. Plus, they're just putting all these blames on Disney and Marvel, saying Disney and Marvel are the ones that postponed the movie. Look, at the end of the day, the government is the ones that decides which movie gets to play, doesn't get to play. So the ones that actually postponed the movie is not Disney. From the actual Disney is Disney Malaysia. But most people, they don't really see that. They just automatically blame Disney and say, Disney banned the movie for no reason. Even the cinemas are like putting the blame on Disney and be like, Disney blamed the movie, we don't know anything. So Disney in Malaysia is the one that postponed the movie, and like I said, government is the one that controls, what a movie plays and stuff. You know, that's how we know what movie gets banned and everything. So I think this movie is the reason why this movie is not getting Thor is not getting played on the theaters. Like, look, firstly, I don't want people to think that I don't like local movies. I used to watch local movies too, but I'm just saying, don't do it in this way where you postpone a movie that people have been looking forward to for a long time just because you want a local movie to make money. Plus, like, what kind of bothers me is that some people, they don't see that this is the reason why Thor is getting postponed, but I don't blame them, because some of them are just really hell bent on LGBT being the reason why this movie get banned. But I don't blame them. Probably they didn't watch the movie, they don't know how much the reference of the LGBT is. So that's why I told you it's really minor. So it can't be the reason why it got postponed. So some people either don't see it, or even they're just in denial, and some people are like saying that Marvel is scared of this local movie. I'm pretty sure Marvel don't even know this movie, bro, because I don't think this movie is releasing anywhere else. Like, I don't know, I could be wrong, but I don't think this movie is releasing anywhere else apart from Malaysia. So I don't see why Marvel or Disney should be scared of a local movie to the point that they don't even want to release Thor, because again, Marvel movies, good or bad, is gonna make money. Look at how much money Thor is making internationally, even though it's a bad movie, right? So, I sometimes, it's just kind of funny to see people say that like Marvel's scared of a Malaysian movie. I'm pretty sure they don't even know this movie exists, bro. Like, I'm not hating on the movie. I'm just saying, this movie might be the reason why. Like, I see a lot of people actually see it where they just comment and say like, just admit it's because of this local movie is the reason why you're not releasing Thor. But obviously the cinemas are not going to admit it. So yeah, that's just what I want to say. It can't be LGBT, can't be because of Thor's butt, can't be because of gore. So this movie might be the reason, because this Thor is not getting released. And like I told you, because the hype for all the other movies that was coming out kind of died down. Movies like Thor and No, even Lightyear was not released. And then right now, the only thing they're releasing is like smaller movies, like I said. And also, what bothers me is how they just brag about this movie being the number one movie every single week. Like, look, what else do you expect? Because you either not released or postpone big movies that can make a lot of money. So therefore, you have no competition. The only competition you have is, like I said, most of the movie now they're releasing is like smaller movies from like other Asian countries. So you have no big competition to the movie. So obviously, what do you expect? Obviously, you're gonna make a lot of money. So that's kind of like classic Malaysia right there. Like if you're Malaysia, you know what I'm talking about. Eliminate the competition and then just declare yourself as the winner. So, so I'm pretty sure a lot of people are gonna be mad when I talk about this, bro. It's the truth, bro. Try thinking about it. I'm pretty sure this movie is the reason because there's no way you could go one full month and then post just cancel the movie in the country and you don't even know what's the reason. That's absolutely bullshit, right? So I think this movie is the reason. I'm just confident it is this movie. So I don't care if you want to hate me for it for saying it, but I think it is. So whatever. I've already seen Thor. I felt like it was bad. Because we didn't even see Gore kill anybody on screen. It was like a pretty comedic movie. So and plus the other day I saw like online too, like there's like an HD version out already. So even if they decide to, I wanted to say that even if for some reason they decide, you know what, we're gonna release Thor. I don't think it's gonna make as much money as it's gonna be. I don't know if that could be a plan because like they could just release Thor right now and see that oh, it's not gonna make a lot of money. So and they're just gonna be like, look, Thor is not gonna make a lot of money, so there's no reason for us to release it, something like that. I know that doesn't make any sense, but even if they release it right now, it's not gonna make as much money because a lot of people already watched it online. The only one who are gonna watch it is probably I don't know, probably kids or stuff or people who don't watch movies online. Only these kind of people are gonna watch it on the theaters when they release it, but I can I can confirm, yeah, I'm pretty sure it's not gonna make as much money because most people are already exposed to spoilers because we're like almost a month away from the release date from Thor. Like the spoilers are everywhere in social media, like reviews are everywhere. So I think people already know what the movie is gonna be about. Like there's no point in watching it anymore. So yeah, that's it. I wanted to talk about the reason why Thor was postponed in Malaysia. This is mostly for Malaysian audiences because I just wanted to talk about what might be the reason. Uh, this movie might be postponed. Yeah, you could be from other countries too. You could know what the frick is happening in Malaysia. Why they're not releasing Thor here. But like I said, we could watch it online, bro. Like I want to support the theaters. Like I like watching the movies in the theaters. Like nothing beats the theater experience. Always, whenever a movie releases, a big movie or a Marvel movie, I go there day one. Sometimes I even spend more money so that I could get posters and stuff. I like supporting the cinema. I like watching the movies in the theaters. But when they do stuff like this, where they postpone a movie that people have been waiting for just so they could have another local movie make money, like what? How am I supposed to support you when you do things like this? Obviously, people are gonna choose more to just watch movies on Disney Plus, Netflix, or online, on become a pirate. Then you can't blame the people for not supporting the theaters because we want to support you, but then you want to do shit like this, and then you act like you don't know anything. Then what are we supposed to do, right? So I don't blame the people who resort to watching movies online nowadays anymore because they don't really like release a lot of movies here anymore. Like what like Malaysian cinemas have this kind of habit where they advertise the movie, but then they just basically erase all trace of the movie, and then they just don't talk about it anymore. Like pretty recently, The Northman. The Northman, that was a pretty good movie. I already saw it online because the clear HD version is out already. The first time I saw the trailer for this movie was in the cinemas. I felt like, this is a pretty good movie. But then no trace of the movie. The movie was not released, and I was like, then what the frick did you release the trailer in your cinemas for, only to not release the movie at all? And then the movies like the Nicolas Cage movie, I forgot the name. Even that movie was not released here. And I still remember the story with Creed 2. They advertised that movie, they had posters in the cinemas, they put the trailers, even in their account they talked about it, and after that they just erased the trace of that movie, like, and that movie didn't get released. I was like, what? So Malaysian cinemas kind of has this habit of doing this. They don't really have the integrity to just tell people, hey, look, this movie got postponed because of this reason, just let us know. Like always, they just do stuff in the dark and they just don't want to tell people. Either they don't want to tell people, they act like they don't know anything, or they act like they're on our side, and then they would like throw jabs at the government or the censorship board or whoever to act like they're on our side, but actually they're not. So that's why I said I don't really trust all these corporate companies. If they don't do movies, I'm not gonna support them. So yeah. That's just what I wanted to say. Thank you so much for watching this video. So if you, I don't know, enjoyed what I talked about, give this video a like, subscribe to the channel. See you next time for my other videos. So till then, take care, stay safe, goodbye.